Welcome to the Game Corner, another video game podcast. My name is Harrison. You might know me online as Rexon, and I'm joined, as always, by friends and co-hosts.
Rowan, you might know me as Mocha, and I am joined by...
This is Sheldon. You probably know me as Captain Yanova.
What's up?
Not too much. I got back from Toronto yesterday, so not yesterday, 2 days ago. I know how time works.
Was it? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you said Monday. Yep, fair enough.
Yeah, fun weekend.
Yes,
good.
I'm
I'm
excited to
jealous.
talk about. The immense FOMO of. I feel like this is not. I mean, by any means, it's not the first regional of the season. There's 1, 2, 3 before this, but like I feel like it's the first big one. At least as far as our friend group is concerned.
Yeah, and entry count too. Maybe there's some big ones too. But this is the first one I've been to that actually hit the kicker for top 256 CP, which is nice.
Is this the first one over 512?
I know San Antonio should, but like they are like barely now increasing the cap, and it's still like 50 over what they need. So they're probably going to hit it, and then people won't show up.
Yeah, that's usually how it is.
That's exactly. Is anyone going to San Antonio?
I think some of our group is. I know Bruno is.
Ooh.
And I know a bunch of the Georgia VGC people are going. I don't know if anybody from Pokesports is.
Yeah, I don't. I've
I've
been debating if I want to try and go.
They are pretty far from Texas. You are pretty far from Texas.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that Florida is so massive.
If you're not in Texas, you're far from Texas.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. So like I was saying, my flight from Atlanta to Toronto, from the American South to Canada, was an hour and a half. Yeah, right.
That's awesome.
That's the same.
That hurts my brain.
That's the same length I spend in a plane to go home, like to see my mom in Tampa. Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
What?
I don't. That doesn't.
One state over versus a bunch of states and part of a country over. Like,
That does not compute in my head at all. Actually.
Florida's stupid big, Texas is stupid big, and there's still 2 little states between you. So yeah, that's good luck.
And Texas is like bigger than a lot of countries by itself.
That's true. That is very true.
But yeah, no, Toronto was great. Like, honestly, it's like one of the only events that I've been to that Pokemon's put on that has not been in like a wasteland without civilization. Like,
Yeah, this is actually in a location.
Yeah.
Like this place
An
existed.
actual city
exactly. Yeah,
with people and stuff.
I skipped day 2, and me and my wife just like went out on the town, and it was awesome. Like, I actually had a good time there. I don't think I could do that in Columbus, Ohio, or like Knoxville, Tennessee. I don't know. Like, there were some things there. There was just enough for me to get drunk at night. That was pretty much
it. Like Knoxville, like you have like one night's worth of stuff to do. Like maybe like
Yeah.
one night you saw
that.
everything they offered.
I can offer you Orlando. That's pretty big.
You better like roller coasters then. Yeah.
There's a whole downtown in Orlando too.
There's Universal.
And Universal. Okay, City. Okay, it's not just the 2 major theme parks there. Someone in the comments back me up.
There are also a few Golden Corrals.
There are a few Golden
that
Corrals.
you can see some really horrifying children at.
And adults. Don't undermine the adults. Hey, actually, fun fact. Orlando has the largest McDonald's. That McDonald's also serves oven-fired pizza and pasta. So take that as you will.
I am
I don't know how to take
intrigued
that.
by pizza and pasta from McDonald's.
From McDonald's? Yeah. I'll give you a hint. It was better than it should have been.
I was about to say, is it gonna like?
It had no right to be as good as it was. It was
I've been
pasta
to
from
McDonald's
McDonald's.
in like a solid decade now, so I think
That's even worse.
The way to
Don't-
take the
Yeah.
return trip.
That's when's Orlando? Orlando is in April.
April. Oh, that's a long ways away.
All right. Well,
It is. Yeah. No, I think our next one is in January.
yeah. So we
Charlotte.
have Charlotte for sure. We'll all be trying to hit.
Charlotte's I feel like that's one to must go. I'll go. It's like an hour and a half away, so I gotta be there.
You can throw a stone and get to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte, Knoxville, Orlando. Those are all next year. All I have left of this year in the NA is going to be Portland and San Antonio. No, sorry, Portland is January. No, just San Antonio.
So, yeah.
Neat. So
Yeah.
Take
This
that as
year
you will.
it's over for me this year. I'm just gonna do the locals until January.
yeah, it's nice to see locals coming back. I know there's a couple
I've seen a lot
more
been
coming in
going off,
Florida. Yeah. So that's very exciting. I think our three states seem to have a lot of VGC stuff happening, local wise at least, which is very fun.
Yeah. So y'all want to get into Toronto?
Yeah.
Toronto,
Well,
yeah.
I want to. Yeah, I especially want mainly because of the just sheer immense amount of FOMO. I want you to just tell me all the good stuff about Toronto. How was your
Okay.
experience? What'd you do?
Good
What
stuff.
did we
I mean,
miss?
the city was great. We did the not Players Cup, Premier Cup challenge the day before. Sorry, Overload is actually continues to be awful. We like barely made that. They like put up this. They said they're going to put up the sign up link, and then they
Right.
did, and then everybody clicked it simultaneously, and then it didn't work. It just said it was full, but we all clicked it like at 1 second after it became live. So that was a lie. They're like, wait 15 minutes. It's going to be 2 hours before the event, and it was still like that after 15 minutes. Like, wait 15 minutes more. That's 2 hours before TCG starts. And after 10 minutes, they're like, actually, we messed up. Here's a new link, but the new link was posted on another link. And the old link didn't work, and some people paid to register for the old link.
Oh no.
I was lucky enough to have Mr. Neilio tell me about, and Kevin tell me the new link, and so we got anyway.
I'm baffled and confused.
These are the same folks with like the graphic design is my passion style Twitter posts, you know, like
Yeah.
like I took Microsoft Paint clip art and just kind of slapped it on.
Yeah, that's Overload.
That's sad. Like, I wish that, like it's an Arcanine link, isn't it? Like, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I can't imagine it's that hard to make work, but I don't know. I've never been on the admin side of Arcanine. I can't.
Well,
I just
okay,
don't
so-
understand how it could be difficult.
My confusion there, and I don't mean to throw shade, especially for a thing that I was entirely not involved with on either side. But I did see posts about it, and I was very confused. If it's an Arcanine link, it's not like Overload is not.
I mean, it went to Arcanine, and it went to a tournament on Arcanine, and the tournament just said it was full immediately, and like literally, like we pressed F5 at the moment that the clock switched over to the hour,
right?
And the link became live at that second, and then
So-
we clicked it, and then it said full. So they must have made a tournament with a cap of 0.
I mean, did they do that, or did like Arcanine servers crap out?
I don't think so, because the rest of Arcanine was working fine. Everybody was registered, was like changing team sheets for the regional. Okay, like yeah, a little silly. Anyway,
someone missed a button somewhere. That's fine.
The Premier Challenge itself was a lot of fun. I got overconfident because I did well there, and then did mid at the actual regional, which is sad. But
Fourth?
No, I got top 16, I think. But
No, sorry, I was thinking of something else. Didn't you get fourth in like a?
I got
local?
fourth at the local before.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I guess is also a PC, but like an actual local and not just like
Correct.
whoever was bored at a regional.
Correct. Yes.
But yeah, so it did kind of mediocre at the actual regional, but they gave points to people who did mediocre this time around, so I'll take it. I guess if there was ever a tournament I have to do bad at, yeah. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the team, but it's very point and click and hope kind of thing. So,
sure.
And the meta has gotten interesting. Oh, not interesting now. Honestly, the opposite of interesting. It's gotten Reg D again.
I was going to say we're gonna hit on that here in a moment when we talk about the top 8 at least. But like, wow, did we see a shift in the meta here?
Yeah, Ogerpon disappeared.
Yeah,
I will say at least the top 8 is a little better than you'd think, but like the day 2 representation numbers were just sad.
Yeah,
it was
sure.
like literally the same as Worlds,
which was just wild. Do we have that here? Yeah, we do. Yeah, that's wild to me.
Yeah, like more Rillaboom now that he gets Grassy Glide, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about it, I guess. For day 1 usage to day 1 at least had Ogerpon.
No, but that tells the story, right?
It tells a wild story.
Yeah.
It means that people brought the new toys day 1 and then they didn't work.
Right.
And then only the old good stuff actually made it to day 2.
And I think the two most shocking things, and we can spout out like details and numbers in a moment, but the two most shocking things that I see immediately are that Lando was in 3rd on day 1 and dropped in day 2 to 6th.
I've got to admit, I was 100% wrong. Hisui and Arcanine's really, really good.
You've been saying that in Discord. You've been so excited about it.
I will eat crow on that one. It's actually I like it just the base attack looked bad, but it turns out if you just slap a choice band on it and give it stab rock slide, it's pretty good. So
Sure.
yeah, and it has the same exact usage as Landorus, which is wild.
Yeah, that
In day 2.
that is
And day
interesting.
2, yes. And to that point, like Hisuian Arcanine went doubled its placements in the top 12, right? It went from 10th to 5th, 11th to 5th in usage to match Landorus at that percentage, and Landorus went down to match Hisuian Arcanine. Wow, that's wild to me. And then, of course, like you just said, Ogerpon is just gone from day 2 usage stats completely. And we see things like Goldango, Amoonguss, and Iron Bundle taking up the rear of the day 2 top 12 usage.
Yep. What's good
Yeah,
is
Bundle-
what's
Bundle's
was good
coming
is
back.
still good. Like surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, like from a game design perspective, I think they might have blown their load a little early on some of these mons. Like they probably just shouldn't have been in the game yet. Like the new stuff better be like in the second chapter of the DLC better be really, really strong, or it's not going to make any difference. And then you power creep the game even further. So they like painted themselves into a corner. Like
Yeah.
either you add stuff that's balanced and then no one wants to use it, or you add stuff that's even stronger than the already imbalanced stuff we have, and then next gen's even worse. And that's kind of what happens every gen, I guess. So like that's probably what's going to happen. But
Okay.
Well,
So
well, I mean, I think the problem's Urshifu, because that is your primary like attacker in the format. You know,
that's totally fair. But like Waterpon is putting a bit of a damper in that. But yeah, I guess it's winning
yeah.
even with the Waterpon.
yeah, it doesn't like nothing like I feel like can really top what Urshifu does. Even Water
Yeah.
Ogerpon, any of them.
And-
They
It's
can't
super
just
strong.
yeah.
and this usage too is just Urshifu, not either of the forms split up, right?
Right, but very few of them are dark.
No,
Yeah,
I
we
think
can
it is it. Oh yeah, it is just Urshifu. Yeah.
Right. Are we seeing an increase in Urshifu walking around?
There is some. It is strong for sure, but like it's just really hard to get over the multi-hit on Water Urshifu. Like it,
Yeah, and the water
Water's
type,
a
just
fantastic
water,
typing.
just
Well, yes.
plain. If you like tear into just water, you got the super stab and all that going for it.
Like I've been enjoying Scarf on it, but like we're back to just Mystic Water plus Tailwind plus Rain Dance. Like Tornadus,
Yeah,
is
Torn
kind of
Torn
the
shot
menace
up.
with it. Yeah, I don't know what happened because Torn kind of like was doing bad in the middle there, and it's back with a vengeance.
It dipped, yeah. Like so. Okay.
Well, people were going away from the Prancer Tailwind setup. It felt like for a little bit.
Yeah, but it turns out like people are going for bulkier Torn now, which I think like you can see Chuppa's team, and it's the same team that and I've forgotten their name now, so that's awful. But the person who won at not Lille, maybe it was Lille, the regional the weekend before.
That was low, yeah.
That was Lille, yeah.
Yeah,
They
Simone.
both ran exactly the same team.
Simone.
And they both had super bulky Rocky Helmet Tornadus, and that is pretty hard to deal with actually.
Yeah, that's one of the things in the Urshifu though. You got to slap a Rocky helmet onto something at some point for the rapid strike, because if you can catch it, that's a lot of damage. It reflects back at it.
Yep.
Well, we can touch base on that when we come to the finals from Toronto. Did y'all watch that?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was wild. You actually.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I watched it because Paul and Chuppa played twice during the tournament, and I
Yep.
think
Yes.
Chuppa won pretty handily both times.
Chuppa won. Chuppa
thought-
2-0'd the finals.
Yeah,
But Paul won
sure.
I thought Paul won in Swiss.
I thought Paul won in Swiss too. Actually,
maybe you're right.
I'm pretty sure
I
Paul
think
won in
this-
Swiss.
I think they said that in on stream.
Let me see.
You might be right.
They got
I was there, so I didn't get to watch a lot of them. I kind of just
Sure.
like grabbed stuff on the plane.
Just rub the FOMO back in. That's fine. Yeah, that's okay.
yeah, they played round 13. Oh, Chupa won.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay,
thought.
so it was
Yeah.
okay.
Because both of those games were on stream too.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it was just so. I mean, to spoil the ending of the finals, which I think is the coolest part, is that Paul Chua almost won game 2. Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
game
2.
Yeah, so game 2, he almost won 2-0 with just Amoonguss. I'm like, this is.
Yeah,
Among Us is
Right.
definitely a little back too now. Like people stopped respecting it, and now it's doing stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like we got a lot of shiny new toys, and everybody like grabbed them and wanted to play with them. Now everybody's like, oh wait, yeah, Among Us is a really good Pokemon.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to ask, right? So we saw the last couple of weeks of these last few regionals, a wide open, spread out, like very very diverse meta and diverse teams that are doing well in these regionals. Most of which were doing something with their new toys. Do we think that that's just we're done with that? Like the new toys are over?
I don't really, because like
There's still a lot of new stuff in the top.
Yeah, look at the top 8. Like the day 2 numbers look really depressing, but if you look at just the top 8, like the best 8 players there, it's actually all really cool teams. Like the story of the weekend was Justin Tang building with 2 other really good players, TSL Tang and Gavin. Not Gavin.
Yeah,
it was Gavin Michaels.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of them running
Mr.
Salamence
Rain Man.
Which,
Justin's team is a Gavin Michaels team I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
It's a weird team. It doesn't look like
cool.
it should do anything. It's weird.
But it's monstrous. I was sitting next to someone playing that, and I got to watch it like absolutely clear someone. And then like
it's Hurricane. I see.
Yeah, it's special Salamence with Scarf. And then like if you look at the rest of the top 8 though, we had 2 Blood Moons, one of them with Dusclops and Rock Ogerpon. There was
that
grass,
was cool.
Jamie Boyd brought a Grass Ogerpon and a Tornadus Therian. Raghav
he had a big because he came in 4th with it.
Yeah. Raghav got a Reggie Drago in the mix there. Like that might be, is that D or E? I can't. It might have been D. But even still, I consider it kind of a new toy. And then like you still have the Sinistra and Bobby Rochelle's team. Like I think that it is still like new stuff is doing well. It's just day 2.
Yeah.
So it's the people are you have to be playing well with the new stuff to be doing well with the new stuff.
I guess it's hard to say.
It's a dumb statement I just made.
Neither of the good Ogerpons were in top 8. Like the two ostensibly bad ones were, which is
so
wild.
I do like what Jamie Boyd did here with his Ogerpon was he had the grass Ogerpon with Razor Claw to increase his crit chance. With Ivy Cudgel, like that's wild to me. Like, just take.
But I guess like what other move like or item since you get an item on the grass one actually.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You know,
like it's neat usage there.
And so many Rillaboons running around too. You're going to have grassy terrain. Like that thing's going to do a lot of damage.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Good point.
You give it Stomping Tantrum to cover the steel types that wall you, and you're in a good spot. And the fire types that wall you.
So,
I thought it was a really cool tournament. Like it had the same kind of just like awkward, cheap feeling that most Pokemon regionals do. And it's like we have 30 folding chairs.
Yeah,
and like hundreds of people enjoy. I guess like I honestly I felt no regret in not going day 2 and watching pods. Like I had an infinitely better viewing experience on my phone in a plane than I would have in person.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because and it's always you're packed in like sardines. It's hot and sweaty.
Like at least NAIC was fun. NAIC was a good time to watch. Like but the regionals are rough.
Yeah, it's I get what you're saying, but I do still miss it. The fact that I haven't been to a regional yet this year.
Playing is a great time.
Or this season.
It's just like once I'm done pressing the buttons, I'm out. Like
There's still fun energy at regionals, right? Kinda. No. Okay.
Once you're done, how long would you stay at a regional building if you dropped at like after three sets?
Okay, well if I dropped at because I'll drop at X3, but if I drop at O3, then I'm already having a bad time. So
so let's say you're having a bad time. You drop. How much longer are you spending in that building if you can go home today?
See now, you're putting me in a box here because I would be hanging out with.
I would simply not lose.
First off, I'm not going 0-3. Second off, I would still be there to hang out with you two, of course. I'd be hanging out at the spot.
But we're pressing buttons for like 45 minutes out of every hour.
Yeah, but I'm watching streams on my tiptoes at the back of five rows of folding chairs. You know.
Sorry.
Fine.
I'm getting a little bit of a grumpy mood here, but it's It's a super fun place to be if you're playing. I just like my wife was there.
Sure.
It's just like let's hang out afterwards.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
wanna be here.
I'll give you that too. You had plenty of other excuses to not
And
be
she
there.
doesn't play, so like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's time to give her
Like,
some attention.
I
and
play. I love this game, and I would still leave after.
So now that your wife has been to a single regional, how long until she's playing? And we have your wife versus
strong never.
Strong never.
But we'll. I think she's coming back for an AIC, so that'll be good.
Well, yeah,
you can't turn down New Orleans. Yeah,
Exactly. We're going to NOLA. It's great. NOLA? Yeah.
I think that's right.
So yeah, okay, fair enough. What do we want to do? We want to actually go team by team on this top 8.
I kind of picked apart some of them. But yeah, if you all want to talk about your favorite stuff there.
I mean, my favorites. You all know.
Yeah, we know what your
obviously
favorite.
the rain stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bad bird team.
Bad Bird team is good.
Salamence is basically a bird, right?
Yeah.
His nickname was Bird.
His nickname is
question
Bird.
mark.
That was a fun team. When I saw that did well, I'm like, I'm so excited to see someone do something else with this team.
God, I would
or
play
like some
this
iteration
if
of
there
it.
wasn't Hydro Pump Bundle.
Is it Hydro Bundle? It is Hydro Bundle.
You should take advantage of the rain. It's the intelligent thing to do. It's just roll in on
It's
that.
Hydro Pump.
Bundle
yeah.
gets Weather Ball.
Does it? I don't think it does. Not many
I don't
things
think
get
so
weather
either.
ball.
Yeah,
They nerfed a lot of that stuff this gen.
we're happy Pelipper does, but
Oh,
you
Caliper
get
does. What else am I thinking of?
the cold water splash
yeah,
or whatever it
chilling
is.
water. Yeah.
Splash somebody
water
with cold water.
Let me see.
What you get 110 base power, 85% accuracy, or 50 base power and 100% accuracy. That's your choices.
It does not get Weather Ball, and I'm very sad now. You have saddened my day. What's Chilling Water? Chilling Water is
50.
Yeah, 50.
It's
so
bad.
75
It's
in the
real bad.
rain. It's not.
It's bad.
It's not doing it.
So if you give it a weather boost, it's still weaker than most.
It's almost
mid
scald.
power moves. Yeah, it's almost as strong.
It's
as
almost
Scald, yeah.
Scald. Imagine if Bundle got Scald.
It should.
That's the world
Everything
I want to
should.
live in. Yeah.
I don't know if it is, but dang it, I'm sad again. All right. They nerfed my water types. Yeah, that just looks fun. I mean, I will be grabbing this team and playing with it at some point for sure.
You absolutely should. It looks strong. It looks fun. Terra Dragon Goldie is like it's been the trend for a minute now, but
Yeah.
I think it's really good.
I do wish
Yeah.
that we had the
Goldango is
spreads
just
here.
going to be good. I feel like forever at this point,
Oh,
especially with
yeah.
Terra. Like you
Absolutely.
can whatever type you need it to be for the meta.
It will succeed. All right, that's my pick.
That's
That's Justin
that makes
Tang in
sense.
8th place.
So yeah, mine's boring, but now that I'm finally on the Arcanine train, I think the Chuppus team is super cool. It doesn't have Dragonite, but it has all of the things that I like, and Arcanine's a very I think
It's kinda like a Dragonite?
Yeah, it pretty much
kinda
is.
like a Dragon- yeah.
This one's running Terra Normal Extreme Speed next to Chenpao. It's Dragonite with Intimidate. So like, yeah, I think it's super cool. I'm probably going to try to play this. It looks like about as consistent as you can get. Icicle Crash is what it is, but you know, I ran that this weekend and it didn't really miss for me.
Oh, you knock on some wood right now, boy.
Right?
I mean, I still didn't do great, so whatever.
Hey, you got points, right? You got points.
Yeah, 5-4 is not good
Well,
though. Like,
and also, and to be
We
fair,
take
like
those. We take
you know,
points.
Ice Spinner is a bit of a non-bow when you're running Rillaboom, and
Rillaboom,
you
exactly.
kind of
Right.
need that
You have
with
to run
Grassy
it, yeah.
Glide. Like,
And there's so many Rocky Helmet users in the format that like,
Yeah, and you get
kinda
around
want
that.
it. Yeah.
especially with the
Also,
sash.
To be honest, the 90% accuracy versus the 30% flinch chance, I have missed Icicle Crashes to lose games. I have also hit them to win games with a flinch. And,
Oh, yeah. Flinches
fair.
are big.
we definitely take those. I think your chances of flinching are they better than missing?
Yeah, it would be 10% chance to miss, 30% chance to flinch.
But it's
Yeah, but then you have
it's
to
a
hit
27% chance to
Yeah.
to hit.
27%
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
flinch. Yeah. So anytime you click that,
Is that right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just that math fell out of my head, so I wasn't sure.
Remove 10% of 30. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I did. So I was like, yeah, that sounds right.
If I had to pick a team, I'm going
Pick it.
with Jamie Boyd.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's fair.
His team is cool. The Thunderous
Therian
Therian
Thunderous.
with Assault Vest. That thing took some hits too in the matches, like up against things like Heatrans all over the place. You couldn't really touch it. And he's running the Terra Fairy Hisuian Arcanine, which I think is also very that's very strong. Very strong.
That I kind of like better than what Chuppa has. Like,
yeah,
I
better
know
than
the speed is great, but
the Terra Blast, like you nuke Iron Hands and so many other things.
And you're weak to fighting normally, right? And Terra Normal doesn't fix that. But if you can suddenly resist it and blast an Iron Hands with Choice Band Stab, like super effective, you bring it down to like usually like 90%. You 90% of its health with that.
Yeah, huge.
I like seeing all the Roaring Moons too.
Yeah, Roaring Moon is coming back. I'm still not a believer, but
I was gonna say, you remember you saying that, but
that's one thing I've kind of ran off and on. That was like on one of the first teams I think for Reggie I made was a Roaring Moon, but I'm just glad and we got two different ones. So we got that one and Palchua's, and they're both totally different type of Roaring Moons. Because Jamie Boyd's is more of a I guess support, would knock off Breaking Swipe Tailwind. And Paul Chua's wasn't Dragon Dance. Yeah, Acrobatics knock off Dragon Dance. I think that just because of its stats, though, like you get it with a booster energy boost, if you can get that thing in a good position, it can do a lot.
Yeah.
Sure. Like the speed booster means you outspeed like both the common Scarf Mons because it's already really fast, or you can go attack boosting and get Dragon Dance and you're suddenly sweeping stuff. Like my big issue with it is it's so physically frail that like it dies to some resisted physical hits if they're strong enough, which is kind of wild. Like you used to be able to pick that thing with like Terra Water Jet Punch with Palafin.
I've always liked Breaking Swipe though for a move on it, just so you can get some damage plus the
as a support, attack drop. It's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Especially because the format's so physical right now that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yep. So especially against things like Dragonites with Inner Focus, since that's been one of the big ones.
Yeah, you can still drop its attack because it's not Intimidate.
Yeah, Rogov too. Like, if you got to watch some of his matches with
I want to see what he did with that
Regidrago.
He clicked Dragon Energy. It was good.
Even he clicked Dragon Energy. He called some swaps with Draco Meteors. Like, he played it well.
I feel like that's like when Regidrago first existed. I really felt like it was going to do more than it did, which I think we all kind of felt that way. And it's fun to see it making the tiniest little bit of resurgence that it's doing right now.
Which is weird. And then where's Regieleki? Because that used to be like the menace.
I think Drago is genuinely a lot better. Like
in this kind of format. Now, if we go back to Dynamax,
you're
running Regieleki all day.
I don't know. It got nerfed. Like even if you go back to Dynamax, I don't think Max Lightning is picking up the same Okos it used to. Like
that's fair. Yeah, it did get. Yeah, I forgot about it. It got nerfed.
Sucks.
I think it's still so fast, though, especially in Dynamax formats. Like,
Well, the other problem is it's now slower than Booster Bundle.
Yeah, Bundle and you can outspeed it with a Flutter Mane too with a booster.
Yeah, exactly.
So if the 270, what was it, 277? I think is the speed you had to hit.
What were you saying like 15 minutes ago about power creep in this game?
Yeah,
exactly. Right. It was like we were all whining so much about how fast Regieleki was last time. It's like
hold my beer.
Nothing should be this fast. Like I have like my Tailwind calcs have to hit my like mid speed mons have to hit 140.
And now there are several.
Now you have to hit like 155.
150. Yeah, 308 is max speed booster bundle. Is 308. So you hit 155
to outspeed stuff in Tailwind, and 155 is pretty fast.
That's a lot of investment you have to put into stuff. It's a wild speed. That's why it's so good, though. I mean, fastest thing's always going to be good, especially if it can do some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not like a Ninjask or something like that. Didn't do anything with all that.
It goes fast. It does nothing fast.
Yeah.
That's why booster speed Flutter is picking up over Bundle. Like Bundle's still here. It performed.
Right.
But I was going to say it like now Flutter does the same job 1 point slower and actually blast things.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a better typing to just overall.
Yeah. Yeah, ice kind of just sucks as a support type.
Yeah. In theory, it
fair.
should be good into Urshifu, but there's just so much around it, and Urshifu can still close combat. You have an
Yeah.
Iron Hands, you have to worry about that. It can't touch an Iron Hands no matter what.
Yeah. So although it can freeze dry Urshifu, which might be why it's picking up again.
Yeah.
And it
Well, that's
usually
what
goes
I was
into-
saying, but it's still a risky because I don't think you're getting many KOs with a freeze dry on an Urshifu still.
I'd be curious because Urshifu has such crappy special defense, but with a bit of bulk, like mine has enough to take some stuff, but maybe not that. Now you've got me running calcs in the middle of a podcast. but-
That's okay. It's fitting. It makes sense.
This is what VGC players do.
if you have no bulk, then freeze dry is a 93% kill.
Okay.
Roll to kill on a timid bundle, but
Usually have
okay.
some bulk. Usually
Yeah.
have some kind of bulk.
exactly. Like mine has a significant amount on the special side, so like it takes it 75% of the time. So yeah, it's just one of those things, but still, it's a ton of damage, right?
Yeah. And one thing I've always liked about Bundle though is how they did it sets. It's at least like defensively strong. So the things you normally would
Sure.
want to smack it with, it's at least got enough defense, a lot more than you usually think.
To withstand, to actually try and not completely lose.
But I like
Nice.
this about the meta though. You're kind of going through these shifts and you're seeing a lot of these old things pop back up, but also I think a lot of the new stuff is still good. I feel like Ogerpon is still a good Pokemon. It's still strong, especially in a vacuum.
Right. Yeah.
But we're
in a
just
vacuum, sure.
we're just seeing, it's what a good meta should do is start to shift. So okay, this is good. Now we're playing this. This is good. So now you're going to start playing something. That's how a meta should shift.
That's a fair point. I think what's the shocking thing about this regional is just that it went from Ogerpon was doing so well for regional over regional over regional, and then suddenly it's gone. Here are the two bad forms doing well in top
Yeah.
8, right?
But like if you go through day 2 Swiss, like there's a lot of the fire
Yeah.
water Ogerpons down through there. Like there's a lot of them still. There's a Tinkaton in what?
Yeah.
Tinkaton's not allowed to do well. They made Tinkaton bad.
There's Galarian Moltres in here.
I think it is cool that Blood Moon is like a real mon though. Like it's
Oh,
seems
yeah.
like they're-
Oh, that thing is
I'm
legit.
excited to see two of them here. Right. I was gonna say
two of them in top 8 and quite a few further down in the rest of stage
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
That thing is strong. Like that thing is. It's
I
not
think
a normal.
I think seeing it on like a
Stronger than your average bear.
and so, very good. I'm jealous I didn't say it.
There's a lot of bears right now, and they're all pretty good. So
There's a lot of bears. It is still the meta of bears and monkeys. But like, I want to play. I haven't gone around to playing around with like Psy Spam Blood Moon, which is what Enzo.
yeah,
Right.
I've seen a lot of Giraffe Blood Moon recently, but yeah, that was pretty cool to see Side Spam like take a top 8 place.
Yeah, but that's a fun archetype that I do hold near
There's
and
gonna
dear
be
to my heart.
That's a lot of damage coming at you if you can't.
If you can't handle it,
Like that's a
rough.
lot of damage.
And now
Like,
you know
especially
why,
like, okay, you KO'd my Armor Rouge. Guess what? Here's a Blood Moon.
Yep.
now you
Yeah,
know why
yeah.
Justin was running Wide Guard on Developer. Like,
Yeah. Wide Guard is a very good move still.
Continues to be.
I mean, Blood Moon will still OHKO your Pelipper, but you know,
Yeah.
Hey, you can't OHKO my Pelipper if it has a focus sash.
This is true.
It's true.
it's true. His does have a
You
focus set.
cannot one hit KO it.
So, all right. Do we have anything else for Toronto?
No, I think I'm good to talk other games if you guys are.
Yeah.
I think so. Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man. I'm almost done with I'm almost done with Baldur's Gate. I'm like finishing up the loose ends on the sides of Act 3 before I like initiate the finale.
I'm still watching Becca play like her Act 3 right now. Slowly but surely, and I've gotten back to play some of mine. I actually managed to steal the PS5 from her to play some Baldur's Gate and some Spider-Man.
You should play on the PC while she plays on.
Yeah, but then I can't do it in the same room.
Oh,
And
okay,
I
yeah.
guess I could Steam Deck and like that.
There's a PS5 right
work.
there
The
now.
thing might
so,
melt playing Baldur's Gate, wasn't it?
I've been playing a lot of my play for Baldur's Gate has been on the Steam Deck, but it is nice to see like many pixels.
I didn't fully grasp. Like, I just kind of forgot. Like, I knew because I downloaded it for PC, but modern games are so big. My PS5 is probably full. I downloaded Spiderman and Baldur's Gate, and I was like, okay, cool. You get those two. Like, you better finish one of them before you want to play anything else.
Yeah,
I got Final Fantasy 16 for free with it, and I was like,
oh, nice. Let me know how you like that, because I did not get 16.
I have heard it. I mean, I got it for free with the console. I wouldn't have bought it normally, but I have heard it is Final Fantasy for people who don't normally play Final Fantasy, which is me. So yeah, we're gonna hope it's good. Like, it has an actual combat system and stuff.
I feel like you might like it because of.
Well, they got like the whole like kaiju battles. Yeah. And stuff.
I don't hate turn-based. I think JRPGs are cool if you make things good, but like, yeah, throw some action in there, whatever. Yeah. I guess on that note for Spider-Man, yeah. Have you guys Sheldon? You haven't played because you don't have a PS5. No. Like, how far in are you? I feel like you're way further than me, Harrison.
I am, because I'm. So I think the little save file thing says I'm like 25%. A quarter of the way into the game or something. Does
that 25% of the story, or is that 25% of 100%ing the game?
Like, I think it's 100% in the game, which I realize.
If you're like some number like 10 plus hours in, I'd be shocked if you're only a quarter.
No, I don't think I'm 10 hours in. I think I'm 5 or 6, maybe.
Okay.
I
would hope the game gives you 20 hours of entertainment, but maybe not.
I think it does. I think that's what people like clocking it at, like 15 to like do story, and then like there's all the extra stuff you can do around the city. Story wise, like, not to give spoilers, but like I am like two major missions past getting the Venom suit.
Okay.
And Venom powers or whatever. So like that's pretty fun. That definitely like the game doesn't pick up at that point. The game, like, because I know what you're about to say. I'm going to steal your thunder a little bit, because you're very early in the game and it's very much slow and story heavy, like cutscene heavy too.
Yeah, like interactive cutscene heavy. If that, like, I'm not even allowed to put my controller down and half watch. It's like, no, you gotta kind of play this, but not in a fun way.
What are they called? The reaction, or I can't remember what those are called.
QuickTime events.
Yeah,
there are some QuickTime events.
So that's the other complaint I have. But you finish with your where you're going with it.
Yeah. So like the game opens up like well enough before you get the Venom suit that I was like, I'm looking forward to that, right? Because I know that's coming. So when does it happen?
The advertisements, right? Like,
right.
We're not spoiling ourselves here.
And it's cool. Like the story stuff you see come from that is very fun, because it's a classic Spider-Man gets the symbiote, or sorry, Peter Parker gets the symbiote stuff. Like, it starts to go bad and all. It's all there, right? It's not shocking. It's fun to
you can see it being
it.
set up early on. It's like, wow, like, as per usual, life sucks for this guy, like in every movie. Like,
yeah. Well, yeah, you have the stuff like with Harry, right? So you see all that come up. So, anyway, you see it all, like it lays it out. Like, none of this is like a new story, right? Like, it's a classic Spider-Man stuff.
By the way, I saw the clip. There is a little Easter egg of him doing the spin and dance from Spider-Man 3. Like,
is there?
Yeah, the Tobey Maguire thing. Yeah,
it's fantastic. What was it last episode when we talked about the Spider-Man pointing at each other thing?
Yeah, that happens too. Okay.
Yeah, that does happen too. It's great. But yeah, it's fun. I like it. It is very much for me like. So between Baldur's Gate and Spider-Man, if I want to just like turn brain off, go into flow state and play game, Spider-Man, right? If I want to like think about like the story that's happening, make turn-based decisions and like strategic like choices, Baldur's Gate, right? So that's my two, flavors of gaming. If I want right now, that's what I want to do.
They're definitely polar opposite games,
which makes sense. Like, you got to have your cozy games.
Yes.
I find Baldur's Gate relaxing somehow. I don't know how, because you can immerse yourself in it, I guess. Like, I'm despite it being turn-based, I feel like I'm reminded very infrequently that I'm playing a video game, and it's more just like, damn, everybody around here are real people. Basically, I can talk to them, which is kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's very fair. Like I both of these games to me are cozy. I mean, like, not like
in different ways for sure.
Yeah. Or I feel cozy playing both these games. I guess I would not describe either of these games as your classic cozy game, right? Like, that's Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, or whatever. Like, it's not that, but
Yeah. So
What,
like
what do you
I
think?
think
Rob?
I think it's beautiful. This is my first PS5 game, and I was like very impressed. It's like this
Oh,
looks
good point. You just got your PS5.
it looks
Yeah.
about as good as most of the stuff I play on my gaming PC, which granted a lot of it's older stuff, but like even like BG is brand new and it's on the newest graphics card I can find and all that. It looks really good, but Spider-Man looks amazing for a console game for sure. And like it all of the ways that they weave in the like all the like the cinematic moves into the combat are really cool too. Is like I thought I just hit a dodge button and now I'm gonna like slide. A lot of the slide through the legs is taken from Spider-Man 1. It just looks better now for whatever reason. But yeah, even the combat almost feels like I'm watching a movie where I get to press buttons sometimes. And I'm sure that'll get better over time as the game
I was
becomes
gonna say,
harder.
is that a good thing or a bad thing though?
I consider it like it's cool for a while until suddenly I was like, I haven't really done anything. Like I haven't made.
You want to feel like
gameplay
what you're
decisions.
doing is making an
Yeah,
impact.
I want to. Yeah, I want to feel like my button pressing matters. It's just like
So there's I know exactly what you're saying because I thought the same thing too. Because even when I was playing Miles Morales before, I was like, "This is," and watching someone play Spider-Man 1, I said, "This is really weird because it's not." You are, they take the combat and they make it so cinematic and so lack of user-driven choices.
yeah, like you
It's a
you bring
rhythm
up
game.
watching someone else play, and that's I think that's really fitting. Like I don't know if you ever were you ever like a kid like at our age there wasn't as much online games when we were kids, if any. So
Where you're watching your
You go over to-
friend
yeah,
play
you go
or
over to a
something.
friend's house, and if
Yeah.
they didn't, and if you got bored of the multiplayer games, you'd be like, okay, do you have any cool single player games that you're good at? I'll sit and watch you, and or vice versa if they were at your place or something. Like, I don't want to have to figure out how to play the single player game that you're 6 hours into. Let me just watch you play. It feels like I could be just doing that. I could be watching a YouTuber play this game, and it would be a somewhat similar experience.
Yeah, sure. I feel that. It picks up as you get more abilities, I think.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it never like that is still the base of that combat. And to me, like I stopped thinking of it like you there are choices you can make in combat.
Like the skill tree and stuff too, and in combat you can pick up stuff and throw it at them and stuff like that.
And like you can kind of target and like you have to but there's a lot of like timing that goes into it as well. And like yeah, you do have to like watch as you especially as you get mobbed with these smaller enemies. I've died more times to like small enemy
Littles,
mobs.
yes.
Like Spider-Man should just like slap you and then you're dead, right? Like that's it.
He doesn't have a lot of AOE like built
There's
in,
not-
right? So
Not yet.
that's what the upgrades are for. Yeah,
Yeah.
And
So, like-
Miles is way better that way.
Right.
For now, I don't know what Venom Suit stuff does.
I'll let you figure that out. But like there's some stuff that like you do have to like moment to moment decide. And again like a mob of littles will be just as hard if not harder than like fighting a giant boss.
Yeah.
And I think that's where like the nuance of it gets better. I don't know.
Like
It's still
a lot of quick time events, right? And even when I'm playing, so I don't have many upgrades. I did a lot of like side mission stuff. Anytime I see a dot on my map, I'll go do the thing.
sure.
But so I've gotten like a decent bit of currency for how little I'm into the game already, and like unlocked a couple upgrades. And even with how little I have right now, I feel it's just like, despite not having a lot of agency, I'm almost overwhelmed by the number of like, there's already a ton of options, and it's going to double over time, triple, and yet all those options I could just spam single button moves and like and hit the finisher combo like 2 buttons when it comes up on screen and be fine, and like press circle when my head turns red, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
there. Yeah,
I don't know if that's like fighting game brain, and that's like very easy, but like
it definitely is a different like.
and I'm only playing. Yeah,
I
only
can't
on
think of a
normal, but
game that's
still.
like this. Is there? Can you think of another video game that plays combat wise like Spider-Man does?
I don't know, and I feel like I'm just complaining, but it is like you get into Zen mode. It is fun at the time. It's just like you take a second and think back. It's like, what have I really done for the past hour?
No,
It's more like watching a
I
show
agree.
or a movie or something. I guess
which I do a lot, so fair. But
it's almost like the create your own storybooks kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know, where you
Sure,
have some
sure.
agency in it, but you're just along for the ride.
Yeah, But I don't think it's bad. I think it's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a bad first PS5 game by any means.
Yeah.
I also downloaded Baldur's Gate last night though, so I'm excited to get a joint campaign going with Ashton after this.
Ooh, that'll be very good.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. We have yet to. I have yet to play multiplayer with anyone, despite like I have a bunch of like friend groups doing it, and then Beck and I need to jump on Baldur's Gate 3 for some sort of multiplayer campaign. Something. She wants to do a dirge run so bad, and I do too.
Like an evil run.
Yeah, Dark Urge. Dirge.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be fun. So I'm excited to see her finish the game, and then I have to go and finish my playthrough of it.
You can run multiple playthroughs.
Of course,
apparently,
yes.
like we're in the very small minority of people who like actually do a single playthrough from beginning to end, which is some of folks with just 20 alts already. Like,
Yeah.
I had dinner with a friend, an old coworker, a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about BG3, or I guess last week. Talking about BG3, and he's like, it happened exactly as I expected. I know Act 1 inside and out, every
branch.
choice, every branch possible. I have no idea what happens past Act 1 because he's done so many of like these iterations of playthroughs with friends. So
yeah. Meanwhile, I kind of rushed through the story in Act 1, did the story retroactively in Act 2 when I realized I was severely underleveled. And then I'm 100%ing Act 3. So whenever I play the second one, I'm gonna have a great time at the beginning. Just like I don't even know what the Githyanki Crash looks like. I didn't go there.
Oh, you didn't.
Yeah, that's why I was so underleveled. I just skipped 2 story arcs in
Oh,
Act
nice.
1.
Oh, that's right, because I forgot you let Lae'zel die.
I did.
Yeah, her arc gets
Look,
surprisingly good.
I allowed my romantic partner to have a little murder fun. Okay, I think that's totally normal.
Yeah.
Did you just look over at your wife as you said that?
My murder partner.
Yeah, it's like
Honestly, I should have romanced Lae'zel if I was feeling that. But I don't know. Yeah, Shadowheart's kind of crazy.
I want to ask questions, but not on the pod. Sheldon, what are you playing? I realized Bro and I have had a whole conversation. And you've been there.
I've been playing a lot of Visual Studio.
Oh no.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Been like that.
Work sucks.
It does.
Yours is class, which you're
Like,
paying to have this part of your life suck.
Yes.
Which is worse, I think.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. But like, oh man, this course I'm in now, we went from, last one was nice and easy. We had like some instructions. This time I'm just given like a solution file and it's just like,
do it.
Figure it out.
Do it. Just play with it. Make it work.
Have to, there's like no like, hey, this is kind of what there's no like guide to it. It's just like, hey, it doesn't work. Fix it. And I'm like, this is a big jump from last time. Last time I was step by step. Now I'm just
welcome to grad school.
Yeah.
Now I'm just, here you go.
Yeah.
You guys should know this, right?
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one here who intoxicated watches Great British Bake Off, but yeah, that's a pretty major part of it. It's just like they get handed a paper of like for how to make some dessert they've never heard of, and it's just make this part of the cake, draw the rest of the owl.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. I would drink and watch Great British Bake Off. That sounds great.
Yeah, drink.
I do.
That's
I do that with
meant.
like some Master Chef or something, or
I do watch way too much cooking stuff.
It's so much chiller than like American cooking shows. Like there's no prize money on the line. No one actually like they care a lot for some reason. But
it's
yeah,
pride.
Not even pride. They're just so wholesome to each other. Like they'll help the people they're competing against. Like
it is a very wholesome show. I do actually really now want to go watch more of
and
it.
then also the guy, the other star, one of the stars of the Mighty Boosh is a host.
Yes,
and has been for like most of the show at this point. All of the show on Netflix.
Yep. Nope, that's true. Wow, we've gone off topic. I love it.
Title of the episode is something about Bake Off.
The Great Toronto Bake Off.
Sure, why not?
Got it. That's the title. This is one of the few times where we get to say the title of the episode in the episode because that normally comes out.
Great Canadian Bake Off. We'll workshop it.
one of the Great Canadian Bake Off.
Great Canadian poutine off.
Got it. Oh,
Yeah, there was a lot of poutine based drama. I instigated it.
yeah, that's fair. No, that was well, poutine in our little community, our little chat we have going on. Poutine has been a topic of conversation for over a year now, I think.
Yeah. Well, the thing
People
is,
are
I
very
instigated
protective
it,
of their poutine.
and Pierre Antoine, Tony Angel Lost facilitated the drama, right? Because he's our resident French Canadian, does all the judging of poutine.
He loves to judge poutine, and
Yeah. And so Harrison posted a picture from what is actually apparently a well-known local chain there. Like, it's for being good. When we were in there, they had like all the newspaper articles on the wall being like, look at all the awards we've won. And Tony's like, absolutely not. This is disgusting.
Yep.
And then
Yep,
I posted a picture from the same place a year later. And I was like, that's pretty good. And he went and tried it and he liked it.
And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. That's the same. Anyway, that was really fun. That was And then
you guys did order like a pile of bacon on top, which is probably amazing. Don't get me wrong.
It tasted great.
Bacon makes everything better.
Those pictures that we sent, we could not finish that poutine because of what it was. And
that sounds like weakness.
Well, the one
there.
you sent looked like a baked potato or something. It had like everything on top of it. It seemed like.
Oh, the thing that I sent wasn't poutine. I just said, hey, judge my poutine, and it was like a burrito bowl from a burrito place locally. Like, it wasn't.
Oh, see here, I thought it was just some crazy Florida poutine.
I had to continue the drama. Anyway, there's some behind the scenes of what goes on in absolutely wild VGC focused group chats.
Yeah, it's definitely all VGC focused.
And it's VGC and poutine focused.
Competitive poutine content here.
Shout out, while we're talking about that group, shout out to Mr. Nelio for making an appearance there. I am so jealous, so envious that y'all were able to go meet him.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy.
Mr. Ubisoft himself.
Shocking.
Yeah, we heard a lot of
I am not shocked. That was supposed to be sarcastic.
Wrestling related stories, which was also
Yeah,
what?
He's a big pro wrestler fan.
Not just fan, he's like met some of the guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Big fan. But yeah, that's cool. Shout out to him. He is one of our patrons. So we appreciate you, and you it's one of those, we've known him for years,
but I've never
met him.
But
he
has a good accent. He has like the kind of accent that makes you trust him.
We should get him on the pod.
Just
I have to hear his voice. So shout out, hello. We love you a lot. Before you gave us money. I had the asterisk there on the end of that sentence.
That $1 a month is funding a lot of my habits, so you know.
It's definitely funding Riverside. It's also funding all the money we put towards RobKTA. Thank you for the use of our games, our theme song, Goldenrod Game Corner off the Ultraball album. He gets no royalties off that because it's royalty free.
Thanks.
Okay. We've been the Game Corner. You can find us at Game Corner VGC at all the places. I'm doing this completely out of order. That's okay.
So I don't think any of us have done any content, so we can skip that part if you want.
Yes.
Yeah, you can still find us.
This is our content.
This is our content. I sound okay right now. My throat hurts, but I told Beckman, I'm gonna make a video this week. Damn it. And we'll see if that holds true.
I'll be cheering you on.
Yeah. Yep. Thanks.
I'll remind you every day.
Okay. So look out for that eventually. It's going to be an Ogerpon team. Because I can. All stuff's down below. But until next time, press start and game on. Bye.